Lettuce, yet another vegetable that you can be growing from home, from the scraps that you have left over in your kitchen. One of the easier ones. Now, if you happen to get the ones that actually have the roots still on them, like they seem to be more common these days, if you happen to actually get those, you can actually stick that in some water or in some dirt, and that will actually prolong the life of the actual plant. Trick with that, they tend to be very clumped together, so if you do, you want to try to tease them apart a little bit, otherwise that'll just sort of rot away. I think it's part of the supermarket's trick in making you buy new ones, but you can do that as well. But going with this variety, which is the majority of what you'll actually see. So when you cut it, you want to be cutting off about that sort of 1.5 to 2 inch sort of mark. Need to still actually have some of the plant left behind there. Alright, if you can actually save a little bit extra than that, you probably have a bit better chance. Okay. Next step, you want some water, toothpicks. And there we have it. When you put the toothpicks in, always try to put them at a bit of an angle. That'll allow it to sort of go in a little further. Try to keep it reasonably straight, so I'll straighten that one up a little bit. And I need to top the water up, so you don't want to submerge it too much, but basically just have it either just submerged or just touching. A little bit extra water like I've got there where it's just submerged means you don't have to top it up every single day, but do keep an eye on it. If it begins to get a little bit cloudy or obviously evaporates too much, you definitely need to top it up, but keep an eye and we'll see how we go. Okay, so these are the results after 2 weeks. This one here I've left outside on the table under cover, but it's been getting plenty of light and wind and basic weather. This one here was inside, no direct sunlight, actually probably not much sunlight at all. As you can see, this one's actually growing a lot larger, but very sparse leaves, whereas the one that's outside is quite dense, a bit more compact. So I'd say realistically the one that's outside is probably the healthier one at the moment. I don't seem to have gotten a heck of a lot of result with the roots so far though, but at this stage now I'm going to actually plant it in some dirt, because when I do my video on celery you'll see that I actually got a lot more results out of it putting it in dirt as well. Yeah, so a little bit later I'll do an update, let you know how these actually go once they're in the dirt. I expect that they'll end up, picking up quite considerably, and then realistically after that you just pull the leaves off. Now I did mention before that you can buy them sometimes, they'll have the roots on the bottom. Now if you do actually get one of those, you'll probably get a much quicker and easier result obviously. Don't chop it straight off, get those roots, sort of tease them apart a bit. Because they're really tightly clumped together, and if you just plant that straight up, that has a tendency to rot. So you need to break the roots up a bit. Don't be too afraid of actually damaging them, because a bit of damage is generally going to be better than leaving it clumped. And then allow that so that it can actually get the soil around it properly. A bit like when you buy some seedlings and they're like too tightly clumped, you do need to get them separated a bit. Do that and then start pulling the leaves off around it, and you'll actually get a much longer harvest out of it. So that's just another way that you can extend the life of your lettuce. And there you go. And it's quite an easy plant to grow anyway, so give it a go, see how you go.